Why online casinos close? Data and revenue leak insights.
The why online casinos close. I see we've got a couple friends here. So just to let you know, after this panel, if you want to see some data that's behind the scenes, I'd be happy to share it with you because you made the chance to show up. So I want to break things down. There's things that you as an affiliate can do on your side to analyze why casinos close by looking at the player value. Then there's a couple things that you don't have access to, but it doesn't mean you can't get it. And I'm going to show you a couple of the ways in which we can make these things happen. So first thing is we want to start with your affiliate data. I've got a bunch of different logos up here, and I'm just going to start from the top. We have Google Analytics and Search Console. Very important to pay attention to this data because what can happen is you might lose search traffic that could lead to high-value players disappearing. You want to use AI tools to just make your life easier. You can analyze and process a lot of this data. And then last but not least, the bottom 6 apps are things you can do to capture your data. And these tools can help you understand your player value. What you want to pay attention to is when your player value starts to dropping, these tools will help you analyze that, and that could be the sign that your casino is probably going out of business and it's going to take your revenue share accounts with it. So campaign analysis, again, campaigns, your value of the campaigns and the EPC can change over time. So again, you want to grab your data and you want to start mapping it and start analyzing where are your best casinos currently, but you want to check this month after month. Trend analysis, it goes without saying, this is where using some of these AI tools can make it a lot easier to take your tables of data and convert them into insights that tell you when things are going sideways with the brands you are promoting. And of course, dynamic variables is something that's been around for a long time, but this can get you direct action on your actual player value. This will get you line-by-line items of every single player you send to a casino. So here, it's a tracking link like nothing else, but let's just take, for example, we've injected a code here. So if I had a database of players, and let's pretend my audience is my actual affiliate database, I'm going to take this person over here. You're now my player 007, so when I send you a tracking link, only you get this link. So what happens is when you make deposits, I'm able to see line by line all of your deposit activity. That helps me know how you are, and if I send a different casino link to you, I can actually see how you compare versus other casinos. That gives me a lot more richer data. Shaving, I'm going to talk about something a little controversial here, but if you can detect if programs are shaving, I have no proof that if casinos shave, that they're going to go out of business. But this is something you should pay attention to. Let's be honest, if a casino is trying to find clever ways to take commissions from you, maybe they're not doing so well financially and you want to pay attention to that. Closed brands, we have a database of closed brands, but you can also spot these brands at Ask Gamblers, LCB, Casino Guru. And the bottom line is when a brand closes, it takes your revenue share account with it, but on top of that, you want to make sure that you've removed all tracking links to that brand. Operator tools. This is the invisible part that you don't see as an affiliate, but you should pay attention to. So you want to know which operators are using CRM tools, bonus abuse tools. They have their own BI platform. They're using things like AI tools like Golden Whale. You want to make sure that they're investing into making their product better. So you need to pay attention to that as an affiliate, and you can ask your affiliate manager. So what you should start thinking about doing is rather than an affiliate manager asking you what are your geos and your best players and your best everything, you want to ask them, I want to know what tools you're doing to invest in the product. Because I want to know that one, you're not going out of business, and two, that when I send you traffic, you're delivering value to me as an affiliate, and I want to make sure that revenue share not just lasts for life, but is the highest value possible. So operator research, I talked about different types of tools. Like here we've got Ahrefs, SimilarWeb, Blast. I love Ahrefs personally. So if you use tools like Ahrefs, what you're able to see is where they have their traffic diversified. Operators that aren't desperate for affiliate traffic have a healthy ecosystem, and usually these things kind of balance and help each other together. So you want to know that the operator is not going to go to business. If they're doing paid media, they have money, they're probably not going to go to business, and their paid media efforts are actually going to work in your favor as an affiliate. So I started analyzing a lot of data from closed casinos, and I started finding some patterns. So these are some of the data sets I looked at from both casino complaints and closed casinos from 2 different sites, Ask Gamblers and LCB.org. So I'm going to go through these point by point. How many years online? Most casinos that don't last a year go out of business. So if you're a bit patient and say, hey, because you haven't been online for longer than a year, I want to have a high threshold to say you got to pay a higher fee because I want to make sure you don't end up in this dead pile. Languages. This is kind of a catch-22. Some languages are catered to a specific market, but a lot of them are just English only, and it's kind of like a sign of laziness, or they're not diversifying their own traffic. So this could be a sign that most casinos that have 4 languages or less, it's not really a good zone. If they've got more, then it means that they've got more of everything. Casino complaints. I haven't gone through the data in detail, but there's over 33,000 complaints of Ask Gamblers. I do believe if you follow the complaints, you might see patterns that casinos that are now exhibiting a lot of really bad complaints against them from players could be a sign that they actually might be on their way out. Jurisdictions, I don't want to say too much about some of these jurisdictions, but Curacao was the leader for closed casinos out of that cohort. Surprisingly, a ton of UKGC, and we know why. Let's talk about regulation. Withdrawal methods, 10 methods or less was basically 75% of that closed database. That's a pretty telling sign that if they don't have the good payment methods, they probably didn't have a good bankroll to begin with. Withdrawal limits. This is where I found a lot of really insightful data. So you can see on the top left, 231 casinos that had a daily withdrawal limit. And here you can see that most, 92% had basically 5K or 10K as the maximum daily limit, but most of them were 1 to 2K. I mean, that's nothing. You know, player wins a $200,000 jackpot, they're going to take forever. Same thing for the weekly limits. Half of the casinos that were closed on Ask Gamblers had this term and condition. It's pretty sad. And then monthly, this was actually even worse. So basically, a monthly limit of 10 to 20,000. I mean, this is almost like 80% of the entire database of closed casinos. If they have this term in place, it pretty much means that they don't have a stable bankroll. It's pretty much the most telling sign I've saw across this whole cohort. So just to summarize everything, ask your affiliate managers for stuff. You need to look at your own data. I do think casino complaints is a very big signal that you can actually build Google Alerts. So if you're working with 50 or 100 brands, put those alerts in place, and you want to pay attention to when these things start happening. And it goes without saying, you have a lot of value in your own data, so use that for yourself. My name is John. I'm with StatsTrone. I've got a podcast. And if you want any help analyzing this data, let me know. I'd be happy to help. And if you want to take this opportunity to analyze the tens of thousands of complaints, I think there's a lot of data there. I might do it, but if you're interested in some of this data that I've curated, come talk to me or just basically send me a message on LinkedIn. I'd be happy to share that with you. Thank you.